It's quite interesting because for a minute we can go to the simple mathematics of imperial measurement. 3/8 make 24 and 2/12 make 24. So the classical split level was 24 foot, which was divided on one side of the accommodation to 3 8-foots, on the other side into 2 12. It was an easy concept to imagine. What's so fascinating to me is that I like to bring that in. In this experiment, you see that this is brought into the center of the home. Now, this requires some part of it to be dug down. In this case, we dug down about 1 meter, and so therefore our split level is about 1.4 meters up and 1 meter down, or 1.5 meters up. The interesting thing about the split level is you should be able to see from one level to the other. So you would never want a split level which is more than our eye level height, because actually what it's doing is allowing you, welcoming you in. The other thing that we found is the split level creates a void in the center of it, which is where the staircase. The whole nature of that creates a volume which actually makes a sense of spaciousness that is very unusual and therefore becomes very memorable. The interesting thing to me is that in a space like this, which is open plan, you, particularly in terms of the social space where I said to you there are no doors on any of the social space, that open plan is less intimidating because the space is already subdivided into areas at different levels. You've arrived in a hallway, you've come to the eat level, sitting on the live level, and you have the work level. So there are 3 spaces within this single volume. And actually that makes it very pleasurable. It means you can perch yourself wherever you are and you can have a different experience, you can view it differently. And finally, split level, I think, is incredibly good for our health. The best form of exercise is cardiovascular, which is from climbing stairs. And I think that it's interesting that there are 2 distinctly opposite views of what happens with longevity. In America, you have something called active design. You design inherently for people to have stairs in their home. And they say that even though you get more and more elderly, if your bed is on the upper level, you will always climb your bed.